Welcome to Urban Farming. I'm your host, Jordan. Today we're doing a garden tour late July. Now we're starting with the raspberries. They're not as high as normally they are, but I mean they're producing fruit nonetheless. Actually got a couple nice ripe ones right here. Got two nice ripe ones. Now needless to say, nothing tastes as good as homegrown fruit or vegetables. Just tastes delicious. Now this blackberry bean, or bush, or whatever you want to call it, is now officially taller than me. Probably a good 7 feet tall, probably going to grow up to about 8 feet. It's going to be a little crazy. Now on this bed here, we got the bean plants growing along pretty good. It's actually finally, the rabbits finally stopped getting into it. So which means now they can start shooting up and growing up along this cage, which is going to be really good. Now I got some bean plants on the side as well. The asparagus is pretty much done. A bunch of the asparagus I planted last year grew a little bit. It didn't do very well this year. So I'm hoping it comes back next year, but time will tell. Actually, these big strawberries, this one right here, it's actually starting to flower again and blossom. So which means I might get another batch of strawberries in the next couple of weeks, which will be delicious. So right over here, if you want to come, Cam Person's found some nice ripe ones. Not as probably big as this one. That one's gonna be a nice sized strawberry as long as no animals beat it to me. Uh, Always, folks, remember mulch, mulch, mulch. And now my broccoli went to seed. It got a little too hot, as everyone knows. In Canada right now, it's ridiculously hot, probably ridiculously hot everywhere. So the broccoli bolted to seed. It's gone massive. The I'm constantly actually seeing bees pollinating it, so they're really loving it. The carrots are starting to come along. My onions didn't do so well down here. And there's a few growing. Unfortunately, I had issues with squirrels constantly digging in this bed. It was kind of a lost cause. Now I got some sweet potatoes and beans growing down here. Obviously, I'm also stopping the rabbits from finally getting in, so they're starting to grow well. Now, holy cucumber vines. I picked over 30 cucumber vines. I mean, 30 cucumbers. Sorry, my dog was going after a bee, I think. So I got distracted there. But I got so many cucumbers growing. Got a nice little weird one right here that's growing quite well. So hopefully it keeps growing well. There's just so many. And actually, I tried this year to grow lemon cucumbers. So actually, I've got a bunch of these. I'm probably in the next couple days, I'm going to do a video of me cutting open and tasting what a lemon cucumber actually tastes like. Hopefully, it's not too many seeds. And now, in the main bed of peppers, they're actually starting to finally produce fruit. So these few plants, this actually plant back here has about 3 or 4 nice ones. And as we continue on, there's even more growing. Actually, we got these grow bags right here. We got two nice pepper plants. We got a sweet potato plant, and then we have another pepper plant that's not doing very well. I shouldn't have transplanted it. Now we have Brussels sprouts here. Hindsight being 2020. Don't put tomato cages around them. I'm probably gonna put a video out soon of me trying to get these off. I got lots of beans coming along. I'm pretty sure these are like dwarf Taylor beans. They're supposed to turn like a pinkish color when they're done. They're supposed to look really nice. Now these are zucchinis. Obviously, I just picked 3 zucchinis today. They're looking quite amazing. They should probably make some good muffins or some other kind of zucchini food. Now, a tomato bush. This thing has just gone wild. There are so many big tomatoes in here. I haven't done anything. I mean, I put a few stakes up to hold some of these tomatoes growing out because I know they're eventually going to get damaged. And now it's just been so hot, I haven't had time to really work on this stuff to keep this stuff growing straight up. That's my goal for the weekend. But yeah, I got so many cherry tomatoes coming along. If I actually hop in here and get a couple nice ripe tomatoes down here, or possibly run. Never mind, these ones are bad, but I'm sure one of these, not as ripe as it should be, but this one is delicious. Sorry about my dog barking in the background. Could use another day. But if you give us a second, oh, these are the pickling cucumbers. couple of them have gone to seed too early, but still looks like it's producing. Got some nice cucumbers right there. So if you give us a moment and we'll move out front. Welcome back. Obviously, we heard Gunner bark in the background. That's because we had this lovely ball right by our feet the entire time, wanting us to throw it. And there it goes. You'll be back in a momentarily with it. So now if we look here, we got my sunflower. I grew one here last year. It grew really well. This one's doing okay, but it did take some damage down at the bottom, so I'm not sure how well it's going to do. So moving on towards this, the rose bush. I mean, the roses are starting to die off, so they keep flowering, so it's doing quite well. And probably eventually this year, I'm going to try doing what I did with that main rose bush. I'm going to try doing that with this one and bending it more to see if I can get more flowers shooting off. And now the apple tree. These apples are actually starting to come along very excellently. They are bruised a little bit, but that's quite common. So obviously these are some of the other sunflowers I still have left. I have like two more up front, which I didn't show in this tour. Most of my sunflowers did die. But if you've enjoyed this weekly video tour, or bi-weekly, I guess, since it's been about 2 weeks, hit that like and subscribe button because that does really help me out. And have yourself a wonderful day and enjoy the weekend.